Welcome. So today we're going to look at the Yokai Yochi tarot deck. I got this on Kickstarter, and this is one of my favorite decks. Just a quick look at the box because it is so beautiful and super sturdy. And here are the backs, which I absolutely adore. It's lovely gilding. And the cardstock is, it's really unique. I almost think it's linen, but I don't think so. It doesn't feel like my other linen decks. I don't know, but you can kind of see like fibers or something. So I don't know what it is. I'm sure it says it in the Kickstarter, but whatever it is, it's definitely one of my favorite in terms of how it feels and how it shuffles. So today, I just wanted to kind of do, not even really a flip through. You can see these are not in order, and I apologize because, honestly, this is like take 5 because my dog is insane. But all the majors are together, and we're gonna just take a quick look at them first. You can see they are labeled and numbered. But the reason doing this today is I had a conversation with someone on Reddit about this deck, and they weren't sure that they would be comfortable reading with it because the minors are only labeled with numbers, right? Not the suit. So I wanted to kind of show, and so that's your majors right there. I wanted to show how easy it really is. Now these I did group into by their numbers, right? So here we have all of the aces, and you can see, I mean, that's a coin. There's a staff. You can even see the little leaf, sword, and cup. And then these will be repeated in various forms. Now there are 2 cards. The cups are a little small, but I mean they're really easy to see. So coins. There are 2 cards that at first glance may be a little challenging, and I will point them out as they come up. And in fact, here's the first one. So you can see no coin, no cup, no sword. This is a staff. There's 4 staffs, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 branches, right? And there's even the leaf. So, but I can see how if you just take a look at that, especially without, seeing the other cards, you might wonder what that is. And in fact, so the book that it comes with isn't your standard little white book. It's so much better. Because instead of just giving you, the kind of by rote explanations of the cards, it doesn't try to interpret anything. Instead, it kind of describes the creatures in the cards, which actually can help give you a better understanding of the card anyway. For example, in the 4 staffs, they're called Kodama. I don't know how to pronounce that, so I apologize if that's way off. But they're small spirits that live and thrive in trees. The trees they live in are considered sacred and are protected for generations. And I mean, how perfect is that for the 4 of staffs, right? So, that can help, obviously, too, to understand what that card is. So now here, they are darker like the staffs, but you can clearly see the hilts So those are definitely swords. And here the coins are very small, but they're coins, and coins are small. So you can see most of these are pretty obvious what they are. That's a great card. Look at that. And here again we have tiny coins, but they're definitely coins. Tiny cups, but they're clearly cups, I think anyway. Now here, so this is coins, and they're small. Right, they're on the hat. But I think once you start working with this deck, I think very quickly it'll be pretty easy. Now this one, at a quick glance, you might think swords because there's blades, but they're halberds. They're not swords. And the cool thing is, notice in the ace, it's got that round bit. And we have that here too. Right? So that's definitely a staff. And the rest of these are, you know, pretty clear. And then when we get to the quartz, you can see they'll still have the indicator of their suit. Now, with this knight, he does have a tip, but I mean, it's clearly not a sword, right? If anything, it would be a spear, which could be a staff. We are going to power through if my dog barks because he's crazy. This is one of my favorite Knights of Swords. Look at him in the water with the rain. He's just cutting through all that emotional stuff. So, and then once we finish here, and this is pretty much all. The rest are really easy to see. That's a tiny little cup, but it's definitely a cup. Okay, so now I thought I would do a pick a card. Just kind of get an example reading. I'll show you how nicely these shuffle. And I am a riffle shuffler, even though it's got those lovely edges. It shuffles so nicely. And I know I'm beating them up, but I'm seriously tempted to try to get a second copy of this, just so I have one that's like pristine, and just in case, because I just never want to be without this deck. It's just how I feel. I've been trying to resist, but I might. I think I only have, I have three. I have 3 decks that I had to get duplicates for because I just adore them, and you know, they're not mass market, so I just wanted to make sure that I had them. But I try to limit myself in terms of duplicates. So let's just focus on what do you need to focus on, right? What's that thing that you most need to focus on for the next, say, 24 hours? 24 hours from whenever you see this, whenever you're watching. What's that right thing for you? So first card. Second card. You know, with most of my decks, I use jumpers. This deck, generally, just kind of, the cards like call to me. They want to come out. That's all I can tell you. Okay. So now, just to kind of lend focus, help you distinguish between the cards. Add a little rose quartz, citrine, sodalite. So now just take a moment, kind of release all that junk that you've been carrying around today, or maybe even for a while. Just let it all go. Turn off that logical thinking, rational brain, that conscious mind. Focus on your unconscious mind, that feeling brain. And notice which card feels like the right card for you. And you can take as long as you need. You can pause this, and then when you're ready, when you've got it, when you understand, you have that card that's right for you, you can just continue this. So now, I'll start with the rose quartz. The Four of Coins. So, oftentimes when this card comes up in readings, people think of maybe greed or miserliness. But I think in this reading, for you, I think this card is a reminder to kind of hold on to your resources, your physical, your energy, your money, your property, whatever it is. But I feel like it's very personal to you. And perhaps you're the kind of person who likes to do everything for everybody else. And if so, I think this card is a reminder that you have to take care of yourself first. It's like with your car. You have to take care of your car if you want it to be able to transport you to place, right? You have to put gas in, you have to change the oil, change the tires when they need it. And you don't need less than your car. So it's so important to take time for yourself, to give to yourself. And by doing that, if you're so inclined, you can more easily, more comfortably give to others. But first take care of yourself. Okay? And the rose quartz is about self-love. So I think that's a really perfect pairing. Now, if citrine was your card, Three of Wands, or staves. So threes are about, they're about creation and beginning that work or that challenge. And this is gonna sound odd because I understand it's a staff, but I feel like this is something that you want to take your time with, right? Don't kind of rush through it. It's, years ago, my cello teacher was talking to me about learning a piece of music, and he said, you want to take your time and learn it note by note and perfect each note before you move to the next one. And now you might think, oh, that's going to take so much longer. But in truth, by getting each note perfect, you're able to get through the piece so much faster and so much better. Because if you push yourself through that piece and then you have to go back and try to unlearn what you learned because you made a mistake, or that note wasn't quite right, it's going to take so much longer. And I don't know, I just feel like this is a similar kind of thing. Like, you want to really give it the attention that it really deserves, and allow yourself that kind of indulgence in getting it right, like really right the first time. And you know, citrine is about that energy too, isn't it? All right, now if you chose sodalite, oh, we have the Page of Cups. And oh wow, this is such a great pairing with these stones too, because of course sodalite is about clarity of spirit, and that's just perfect. And you know that the Page is Page is someone he's got a lot of knowledge and experience, but by the same token, he's new, right? He's embarking on this higher level journey, right? So in that respect, it's new, but he's got so much experience under his belt that he can refer back to, that you can refer back to. So while in some ways, where you're going, or where you're thinking about going may feel very new and almost scary, understand that your whole life has been leading you up to this point, to making you ready for this moment, for this journey of the spirit, or perhaps an emotional journey, perhaps, you know, those past relationships that, okay, they didn't work out, but you understand nothing is a waste of time if you use the experience wisely and use it to move yourself forward in the direction that you desire, in the way that you choose, based on your experience, based on the wisdom that you've gained. And I think that's the message for you today, for those next 24 hours at least. So now I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you got a good feel for this amazingly beautiful deck. I mean, it just, love everything about it. I really, really do. This is one of my favorites. I do have a lot of favorites, but this is one of them. And I absolutely adore it. So I hope it's helped you if you are at a crossroads on trying to decide whether or not to get this beautiful, beautiful deck. And let me know if you have it, if you're thinking about it, if it helped you decide about it, and if you have any questions. And until next time, be good to yourself, and enjoy all the moments that this world has to offer you, because it has so many things to enjoy and learn and share. And I wish you only the best.